Justin Frandson here with Keith Morey. Super good stuff. The founder, the creator, the Formulator. This gentleman here is just genius at creating amazing products. So we are featuring our Energy Beyond Summit and his super good stuff as the products and supplements that will support your energy needs. Infinite Energy is my favorite for sure, no question. Love that, love that. And he also has a liquid NRG for energy, but it's NRG that does some amazing work on getting your energy back. So thank you so much for joining us with our Energy Beyond Summit, Keith.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited. We have his website up behind us. There's some links below. You can end up ordering the NRG and Infinite Energy. But let's go ahead and dive into energy. Let's talk about, I mean, this is one of the biggest buttons for everybody. It's like, how do I have enough energy in the day to do this? I mean, everyone wants more time and more energy. Everyone wants more energy. So talk about the reason you came up with this formulation.
Okay, so why don't we have energy? Why are we lacking energy? First, we're all sick, and that's a whole different seminar. But most of it is because of hormones and inefficiency in the body. So if your body is off track, which most people are hormone deficient, even at a young age, 20 years old, for what would be considered normal 50 years ago. And we're hormone deficient because of an infection. And you can go to supergoodstuff.com under downloads and read my narrative, the #1 cause of all disease, cancer, and divorce. Read that. It's well worth your time. It's simple, understandable. So what I took is DHEA, pregnenolone, which are the over-the-counter #1 and 2 hormone in the bloodstream. They're called master hormones. And what they do is they just balance the cell. They give the cell, and hormones regulate things. So heart function, liver function, moodiness, sex drive, everything is directed by hormones. They're the communicator, okay? So you get the #1 and 2 hormone, and if you feel better in 10 or 12 minutes, the odds are you're hormone deficient. And I'm going to tell you, in my going to shows and hundreds of shows and seeing tens of thousands of people, most people are deficient because they all feel better. I mean, their vision starts to get better. They look, their eyes light up, their energy level goes up, because I always ask them from 1 to 10, 10 being fully alert, what they are, and they'll say, oh, I'm a 6 or I'm an 8, and they always go to a 10. And sometimes I get people that say, no, I'm a 10, and I feel like, and I said, well, let me challenge you on that. And I give them some, and they say, oh my God, because what their level of what normal to them is an 8 or a 7, and they think that's a 10, and they don't know how good they can feel. So
love that.
What I do is I give that, and then I have vitamin D, which most people are deficient in, okay, because of an infection. Again, read my narrative. But then I add nitric oxide, and it's not nitric oxide, it's a precursor. It allows the body to produce more nitric oxide. And so what the hell is nitric oxide? Okay, nitric oxide is, just in simple terms, is an element that body utilizes in what they call the Krebs cycle. You put glucose and insulin, it goes down through 100 chemical reactions and produces what they call ATP. You got the aerobic side, you got the anaerobic side. And basically 38 ATP on average, aerobic side 34, anaerobic side 4, and it takes 4 ATP just to run the factory to make ATP, which is the gasoline that runs the engine. So you need, in this 100 chemical reaction, you need nitric oxide it's the limiting factor of energy. It needs that energy, that chemical, to produce more energy. So if you can have the body create this, then your energy level goes up. I'll give you an example. I was doing this seminar way out in Santa Fe, and I was driving back, and it was, and I started taking my stuff, and I took a couple of dropperfuls, but every 2 hours I'd take another dropperful. I never got tired. I would say, oh, I should pull over, you know, like in Phoenix or something. I'm not tired. I drove the whole 17 hours straight and never got tired. Never got tired. I've done that when I went to, you know, San Francisco. I'd work 3-day show, leave, work all day, 10 hours, drive home, and never got tired driving home, and got home at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So this product is good for when you need it, when you need
definitely.
to move people, or you know, just need the energy to finish the day or your thing. But pregnenolone is the best memory enhancer of any steroid or precursor to steroid by 100 times. DHEA is known for improving memory, so it's 100 times better than DHEA, and you got both in the bottle. So you get memory, cognitive function, and you have energy, and life's good when you're balanced.
Definitely. I mean, that's a big part. It's just balancing your mood out. And excuse me, when you have excuse me, the proper energy to do it, you're feeling fantastic. So one of the other points you touched on that really hits home with me is people don't really realize what their energy levels are at until they experience something that gives them a bump or have been depleted. And so, you know, when we're talking about giving more energy, if you're healthy and have great energy levels, this will be a significant enhancer for you. The infinite energy. You know?
The infinite energy is a different product. The infinite energy works on a whole different concept. And actually, I believe it will extend life. Wow. Because it makes the body cell more efficient. So instead of going down the Krebs cycle and just having the raw materials feed it and using the glucose and the oxygen to it basically helps you need less oxygen and to produce the same amount of ATP, the gasoline. So it donates electrons or protons to the mitochondria, making you need less oxygen. And I've done a study on this, and it's significant, but you know, we got to watch out for the FDA a little bit. Right. But the bottom line here, it doesn't give you energy, it gives you efficiency. So you work all day and then you're not tired at night.
Right.
You know, you have this ongoing solid energy all day, and at night when you're normally exhausted and you don't have time for your family, you don't want to do the little I had some guy say, you know, I used to work out in the garage and do my little tinkering, and now I can do that. I have the energy to do that. And this is where, when you reduce oxygen intake, it's ungodly good for, by the way, high altitude. People that have trouble sleeping at high altitude, or people that are athletes in high altitude, it's crazy good. So if you try it, if you don't like it, call us up, we'll give you your money back, because this is a product that will revolutionize actually all healthcare, because if you're more efficient in your Krebs cycle, the odds are you use less oxygen, which oxidizes you, makes you age, then in turn you're going to live longer.
Oh, for sure, definitely. Now, I know we're not allowed to really make claims with any products or that we talk about. What I've really seen is people that are compromised with their energy really do well with enhancers, and it's about really replenishing your reserves and getting that reserve back up to a normal sustained rate. So whether it's heavy metals or the virus itself or lack of nutrients is just hammering you back in the ground, you're boosting up that nutrients with clean nutrients that your body really needs. And there's nothing better than the infinite energy.
Well, you know, I play about 12, 15 games of racquetball a week. I play in the low A category. I'm 63, I feel 18, I have no back, knees, no problems whatsoever. I played 3 games last night. I normally would play more, but we got hicked up, we had to get off the court. But in general, if you have the energy, you want to do these things. Right. You want to go out there. I mean, people that weightlift, I think they're using it because they don't feel good. They get the high from over-exercising and the endorphins, but that doesn't mean it's good for you. I mean, you want sustainable where you don't need the endorphins to have the good feelings of being alive.
Right.
And the problem with the endorphins, they wear off in a few hours, and you want to weight and lift more, and you go into the red line of your body, and you don't know it because the endorphins don't tell you it. It masks the pain, and you age more rapidly trying to feel normal. These things are good for you. They're anti-aging. They've been known for it. Studies have been done on them, and if you try them, you're going to love them.
So let's go into timing. Like, timing's a big thing with taking supplements. Like, obviously you don't want to take, something that's going to boost your energy up right before you go to bed. So how do we go ahead and understand when's the best time to take Infinite Energy?
Well, Infinite Energy you would take at any time. I take it, twice a day. I take one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And it just basically sustains you all day. So you don't have to worry about it. It's not a matter of when you take it, you just take it every day.
Okay.
And basically it's a long-term goal of staying young. I have a study showing that it extends life. It was done in China. But we can't, we're not going to go into the specifics, but the basic thing, what you're looking for is sustainable energy. And that's what it gives you. And if you don't like it, get your money back and end the story.
So when I took it and I just went through a bottle and ready for my next, I take like 3 or 4 and I just had sustained energy. And it really, I think the big buttons for all of us that are listening is like, hey, if you're compromised, number one, what do you do? And then obviously if we're fatigued in any way, shape, or form, or what are the big times that we're fatigued? Well, in the morning when you're waking up, Monday mornings are just brutal for a lot of people. But then also that witching hour in the afternoon. Talk about that witching hour, like the 3 p.m., the after lunch. A lot of it's hydration, but a lot of it also is...
is hypoglycemic. That means that you probably have a insulin problem. So you need to power through it. You got to support the body. It's probably best to eat less carbs, more fats, a minimal amount of protein to sustain that and not to have this hypoglycemic situation, which is basically a gallbladder problem, believe it or not. But read my narrative, you'll understand. But if you take this, you'll power yourself right through it. The liquid energy is the one that will power you if you get to that stage. You just take it. But it will make you alert within 10 or 12 minutes. But what you need is to take it a little earlier than you think you need it. Like if you have a typical problem like 3 o'clock, take it like at 2 o'clock. And then you won't have the problem. It will power and last 3 to 6 hours. So you'll be solid. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, and it's not a superficial boost. It's just it's more of a nutritional boost. So it's like, hey, you're starting to utilize nutrients. So when those nutrients start to diminish, it's just like being hungry. Then you're gonna want to eat more. But it's not like you're gonna spike like a super high caffeine high and then just boink out and just bottom out. Like when you're formulating these products, and from my experience with them, it's just leveling the playing field and really leveling up your energy. So it's really a sustained, high level, consistent energy flow versus the insulin spiking and crashing that majority of us do throughout the day, especially with our improper intakes and not burning fat as a primary fuel source, and
exactly.
and then being dehydrated. So that hydration, the lack of hydration, is a big part of it as well. But when you can really chime in and have supplements, these are enhancers for nutrition and whole meals, and that's what they're meant to be and do. Now, outside of your supplements, what are some of the great things that you love to do as far as exercise or recommend for people to do to keep their energy levels up and sustained?
Well, first thing is you have to have a quality diet, and you really got to get rid of the underlying problem that most people have. So again, read my narrative at supergoodstuff.com. Number one cause, it's under downloads, the number one cause of all disease, cancer, and divorce. Understand the mechanics that's going wrong in our society. But what I wanted to point out is, like, when you drink coffee, it's a stimulant and it wears on the adrenals. And even though coffee is deemed to be better for longevity, and there's reasons for that because it overrides some things, but in essence, it also does damage. Okay, the adrenals wears you out. It can make you more tired later on, and you have this, as you said, the drop off. The DHEA pregnenolone is what balances the adrenals. It feeds the adrenals to be able to make the hormones that you need. So it actually, in my case, mine doesn't actually feed it. It just takes the number 1, 2 offline, because it feeds what it's in the blood. It's the number 1 and 2 hormone in the blood. So it takes the factory of the adrenals to be able to produce the other hormones in greater amounts that they need to balance you on a more even keel. So my suggestion is try it, love it. We have one without the nitric oxide just to keep you in line and just to keep you alert. By the way, I have a patent on it for headaches. You can go that at YouTube and look under Super Good Stuff as one word and watch the video. See what it does. It's amazing. Crazy good.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, when you're used your energy levels at the highest capacity, you're going to sleep better at night. So when you have this nutrients that's sustaining you properly and you're able to rev really hard, you're going to really have a great night's sleep on top of that.
Oh, absolutely. And a quality of sleep. And we're going to do that as the, what is it? The
Beyond Sleep Summit.
Summit, exactly. So yeah, now these products are for long term. I've been taking them for, most of these for over 15 years. Obviously, I'm in great health. I mean, you can't play 12 to 15 games of racquetball a week. It's grueling. It's 20, 25 minutes a game. And I have no nothing.
And what time do you play those games?
That's the funny thing about it. During the week, at least 2 days a week, I do it in the evening. I do it like 8 o'clock to 10:30.
That's at night. That's not evening. That's at night.
Okay, and then on the weekend I'll do it during the day. But I sleep like a baby, and life's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just such a big fan of these products, and so we're so grateful to have you guys as a sponsor, and then have you as a speaker, and really explain the details and the backdrop behind this and the science behind these. And I know we like to introduce you guys and keep it on broad stroke and broad terms as far as like the benefits of it, but you got to get to see a little deeper level of really what's behind the science of making super great stuff and the mechanics of it. Yeah, definitely. And that's the exciting part for us, and it ends up being a fantastic solution for you. So thank you for joining us for our Energy Beyond Summit. Thank you, Keith,
for having me.
Yeah, and then also I wanted to invite you guys to take a look at our Go Beyond You. And each summit that we offer, we're having course criteria. And so there will be an Energy Beyond class that you can purchase. Keith's gonna give you even more tips. And I hope you guys saw his how to swallow pill tips on our Beyond Stress, because it was legendary and viral. Actually, it was unbelievably good. So he has more for you on energy. We have more information and literature and these amazing products to offer you. And so please join us and take a look at that as well. And thank you for boosting your energy with us and allowing us to. We're so grateful for you allowing us to share this information with you. Thank you.
Thank you.